to the 305 tomorrow, who Billy was desperate to get involved with. We originally weren't going to cover the 305, but tell us a bit about it. Let's start with a horse that I like, which is Levitate.
Levitate, yes, won the Lincoln, I believe, back in March, and won a good handicap since. Needs softer ground.
Needs softer ground. Yep. So the fact that it's improving and the jockey takes off valuable weight.
It's had a relatively light season, which is in its favour. I still think it wants softer ground.
Okay, in terms of a horse, Rock Along, which we like, who was originally going to go for the Royal Hunt Cup, didn't actually run there.
No.
Relatively quite fresh. I mean, what's your views on the Kamani trained?
Yeah, really unlucky last time. Second, just beaten half length maybe or head, and it's gone up to £3. He's got a chance, but I think I'd give you two stables here. I think David O'Meara and Richard Fahey, both really good yards for this kind of big sprint handicap. That's my handicap.
So you like Robert the Painter?
No.
Which one do you like?
No, I like Andrigo, Pete, if that's how you say it.
Okay. So I'm sure someone will treat.
I like that, Billy, and Deriego. I'm with you on that. Yeah,
yes,
obviously.
People watching now just wonder why Sandy's keeping quiet. He's our jumps expert, and the flat does actually bore you, Sandy.
Oh yeah. The only reason I will watch flat racing is to find potential juvenile hurdlers to go jumping.
Right. Okay. So Sandy's going to sit quiet for us a little while. There's a horse that I like, which is Swiftly Done. I think Swiftly Done each way is quite a good.
He hasn't won at this level. I mean, he won a Class 4 2 starts ago, but he's a Class 2 winner. He's got decent form.
And the horse will run on when others sort of tend to tire.
Again, maybe a bit of rain would be in his favour, but I don't think we're going to get any rain. No, back to Andrigo. How do you say that?
Andriego.
Right, well done.
I believe. Yeah. He's. I mean, if you're looking at course form for a horse, I think he's had 7 runs there and 2 wins and 2 places.
And York is one of those courses. I mean, we saw earlier in the season. You have to run around that course. You have to be.
You like it or you don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. I don't know why that is though, but it has proved over the season. Horses have done really well at York, haven't they?
And if we could go back to one that you mentioned that you like, Levitate. Yeah. If you're back in Levitate, why wouldn't you back Osteopathic Remedy?
Because it's not the time of year. That's why.
Last time, if I could say, it was actually giving Levitate £3. Now, Levitate's giving that horse £3.
But Levitate beat the top weight 2 for 2. I mean, I know that 2 for 2 is better off at the weights, but in that particular race, Levitate came on the outside. 2 for 2 was more on the far side, and it beat it still comfortably. And I don't suspect if the 10 to 1 general offer 2 for 2, I can't see that reversing the form with Levitate. I think Levitate. You do. Why, Billy?
I just worry about the ground. I just think Levitate wants a bit of cut in the ground. I don't think we're going to get it. And I think 2 for 2 is probably handicapped about right, but he's got a chance. I was like to mention Richard Fahey's too, if I may. I think this time last year we had just one for the road who was badly out of form, and he came into this time of year and he just popped up. He just he won a decent race, and he's got blinkers on today. Samantha Bell, and he's 33 to 1. He could run well.
Would Tony Hamilton be riding that if Richard Fahey really?
Possibly, yes. It's fair comment, but I think
he does have a few jockeys. Though,
I'm hoping the results coming in, and I'm hoping one of us has won it. But hopefully, I'll get that in my ear very soon.
Can I just say
Bramshill Lass was the winner.
Bramshill Lass.
Someone picked that, didn't they? Who was that?
Who was it?
That was me.
He's being modest again, Peter.
So no one. We now got to see the running order to finish. Who finished behind you?
I don't think we'll have to wait for the full results.
We'll check that.
Maybe after the next break we can give that after the full results.
you are not going to be eating the donut.
That's
and fantastic. I don't think anyone's beaten you either and beat the pundit, which is even better because we save ourselves.
Do I win the book?
Well,
you win the book.
That's one winner for you and one winner for me now on beat the pundit. So we're even Stevens there.
Mine's probably a bigger price, Tom.
Right, going back to this race. In all seriousness, when we'll talk about that in a minute, can we just talk about your selection for the 305 at York, Billy?
My selection is Andriego is my selection.
Okay. So you are going for Kieran Fallon.
He was in good form at the start of the year. He's dropped out of form, but he's on a really good mark. Got Kieran Fallon booked. He's due a big run.
And for someone who follows the odds, I mean, this is going to be quite a big price, right?
It is, yeah. I mean, he's I think 20 to 1 as we came on. I was a quick mention to Lord Arian. I'm probably mispronounced that as well. Lord Arian. 0 from 9 at York. Doesn't appear to go in this class, 0 from 11 in this class. But again, it's Richard Fahey. Is a huge price. You know, he gets these handicappers right for these kind of races.
I'm sure out of the Richard Fahey runners, you talked about the wrong ones. If you look at Bray Hill, you know, this is his lowest mark he's been off in, I think, 5 years or something like that. You know, admittedly, he might want a little bit of cut in the ground, but if that comes, you know, he's off a super low mark for this
It'd be
horse.
great to see him
he's got
win,
Hannigan on board.
Tom, but
You know, I think that is the Fahey horse if you're following one.
Can I say something that's quite ironic about this race? Look at the name of the race, what it's actually called.
Tell us what it's
Stan
called.
James Champion Hurdle.
This isn't the Stan
Isn't-
James
yeah.
Champion Hurdle. I think this
It'd
is
be-
all about flat
it-
racing from my point of view.
Yeah, but it'd be great to get Stan James' take on why they actually call it that. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's a good prize money. And your selection, Tom.
I think if there's a bit of cut in the ground, Bray Hill. If not, I'm going to go with Graphic.
Okay. I don't like Graphic at all. For what it's worth, I think it's between Levitate and Rock Along. But these type of races, this time of year, I mean, the coats go off the horses. Form a little bit goes out the window as well. Because, you know, you get into the middle of October, you can throw up a strange result. And I must say, actually, on Saturday, our tipping experts were in great form. We had everything from Dorset Naga to Oklahoma City, hot streak from Tom. So there was a number, and I'm sure Billy did give one or two.
no, I'm sure I did. Yeah.
Yeah.